In the last lesson, we covered how to insert pictures into your publication. This lesson will cover how to work with those images. We'll talk about resizing, formatting, and adding special effects to make your publication stand out and look more attractive. So first, we'll go over working with inserted images. By far, the easiest way to insert images is by creating placeholders and then inserting them. Here's why. Whenever you insert a picture into a publication using the Pictures button on the ribbon, Publisher just slaps the picture onto your publication as shown here. You then have to drag and drop the image to the location where you want it, and also resize it. It's much easier to just create placeholders and then insert images using the Graphics Manager. That said, let's talk about how to work with images you insert using the Pictures button. To move the image, select the image, and then move your mouse to the icon displayed here. You can then drag your picture to the location where you want it to appear. You can also right-click on the mountain icon. Using the context menu, you can cut, copy, and paste the image, save it as a building block, save it as a picture on your computer, change the picture, apply the picture as a background for your publication, arrange thumbnails, format the picture, zoom in or out of the picture, or add a hyperlink, which is a link to a web address. You can also use the tools in this small box that appears to make color corrections, crop, wrap text, and other things, and we'll cover each of these tools throughout the course. First, we'll talk about resizing an image. To resize an image, start out by selecting it. When you do, the Picture Tools Format tab will open on the ribbon. Go over here to the Size group, and then enter the measurements that you want for the picture. And as we discussed earlier in this course, you can also resize images by dragging the handles on the bounding box. Now let's talk about cropping a picture. When you crop a picture, you cut away the outer edge of the picture to create a new version. So let's crop this picture here. Double-click on the image, and then up here under the Picture Tools Format tab, click on Crop. Select Crop from the drop-down menu, and you'll now see the crop marks around the image. These should look familiar to you from an earlier lesson. Click and drag your mouse on any of these marks, and then click and drag inward on the image until you have cropped away any of the image that you don't want. The area that you'll be cropping away is shaded. Click anywhere outside of the image to remove the cropped area. Now let's talk about color. You can easily adjust the color of any image you place in your publications. To do this, double-click on the image, and then again you'll see the Picture Tools Format tab. Go over here and click on the Recolor button. It'll give you all these different options, and if you hover over it, it'll give you a preview. So then you can click on the color that you want to apply to your image. In addition to changing the color, there's also color correction. You can adjust and modify the colors in your image through color correction. Once again, make sure you're in the Picture Tools Format tab, which again, if you're not there, you can get to by double-clicking. And then click on the Corrections button. Here are all of your picture correction options. So go ahead and click and choose on your color correction. Another thing you can do is add a border. It sometimes looks nice to add a border to images in your publication. To do this, again, we'll go up to our Picture Tools Format tab, and here in the Picture Styles group, you'll click on Picture Border. Click on the downward arrow, and then you can choose colors for your border. And if you'd like, you can also choose to add a tint to your outline color by selecting Tints from the drop-down menu. Just select the tint you want, and then click OK. You can also use a color that you'd have in your publication as the border color. For example, in our image of the balloon here, what if I wanted this darker line of blue to be my border color? I can choose Sample Line Color from the drop-down menu and click on the area that I want, and then my border is changed to that color. You can also add weight, dashes, or a pattern to your border. Weight refers to the thickness of your border. You can make your border thicker or thinner. If you choose dashes from the drop-down menu, you can make your border a dotted line instead of solid. And you can also use a pattern as your border by selecting Pattern from the drop-down menu. First, select the pattern that you want to use from the Pattern selection. Patterns have two colors. the background color, and then the color of the actual pattern, the foreground color. Select the 2 colors that you want. And just to give you a better idea of how patterns work, we've selected 2 colors that'll stand out a lot. And click OK. You can see that our pattern border has been applied. Now let's talk about formatting clip art and pictures using the Picture Tools and Format ribbon. Whenever a picture is inserted or selected, the Picture Tools Format tab will automatically appear as a tab in the ribbon. It provides you with a few of the most commonly used features available in image editing software like Photoshop. You can change the contrast, add artistic effects, remove backgrounds, or crop them. And as we discussed, to view the Format tab, simply double-click on an image. In the center of this ribbon, you'll see styles you can add to pictures. You can add frames, drop shadows, reflections, and so forth. You can click through those to see what they'll look like. You can also add your own formatting to your images. To add formatting to your picture, you can click on Picture Border, Picture Effects, or Picture Caption as shown here. So here, as you can see, I've added a shadow and a reflection to my image. Now let's talk about adding a caption. When you're creating publications with images and text, it's always helpful to add captions to your images. Adding captions to your images in Publisher is much easier than doing it in a program such as Word. Once again, double-click on your image to bring up the Picture Tools Format ribbon, and click on the drop-down arrow beside Caption in the Picture Styles group. Choose the formatting that you want for your caption, and then you can click on the text of your caption to edit it. From here, you'll also be able to change font sizes and styles, and then just change your text.